And we are
We
live.
are
Hi.
live.
Yeah, good to see you. Good to
Nice.
see you,
Good to
Yvonne.
see you too, Penny.
It's been a while. I thank
I
God at
know.
least now today we made it, because I know sometimes things can happen and people get really, really busy because, abroad life is not easy. We are here to tell our fellow immigrants there's another way out of just making out ends meet without struggling, without really burning themselves out or breaking their bones out because we found something that is incredible. And that's why we are here to share that,
Mm.
because, sharing is caring. And we also saw it from other people out there. So it wouldn't be bad for us to share it out as well. And that's why
Yeah.
we are here tonight, regardless of we always being a big group, but nevertheless, better two or one than never. So we are proud to be here again, and good evening for this side of Germany. I know it's the afternoon that side, Yvonne, and
Yeah.
I'm delighted that you honored my invite, and thank you so much for being around. So for us tonight, we're just going to make it short and brief for our audiences to understand why we chose the digital business, because we chose it with a purpose and a reason. And that's why maybe you could also be out there and feel you're in the same shoes, or you are going through the same things that you've been going through. And we are here to tell you, we've been in the space and you know how good it is. And that's why we want to impact somebody out there and tell them this is the way out, especially for immigrants, because man, it can be really tough out here, because we left our native countries in the name of looking for greener pastures. But before we found them, it's been grinding and grinding and grinding without an end, until one time you just ask yourself, was I really meant to do only this, just pay bills and survive, because I call it a survival mode in abroad, till that time that you really pressed on your shoe and you feel enough is enough and you say, now I need to do something exceptional. And that's why we looked for something out there and we found it, and we are here to tell you about it. So my name is Penina Tarao. I'm a Kenyan living in Germany, a mother to two toddlers, a wife, and a proud digital business mentor and digital business owner on this mission of helping many immigrants out there, women, moms who are like me. You've heard me say that I'm married, but regardless, even if I'm married, my husband is still back in Kenya. So I'm like a single mom here. So I carry everything along with me, and I know how tiresome, overlooking, overworked, sometimes it can be overwhelmed, but, I found something that can help me balance that parenthood and at the same time and from the comfort of seeing my children's each and every single milestone. So, with no further ado, let me give Yvonne first and foremost a chance to introduce herself. Then we take it up from there. Yvonne?
Thank you, Penny. Thank you. Thank you. So, hi, I hope you're doing well. It's been a long time. We've been busy. Life
Yeah.
happens. But you know what? It's
Mhm.
part of this business. Life happens. You do
Yes,
life. And then you come back again. We come back on track. So, my name is
exactly.
Swan. I am originally from Kenya and I live in Ontario, Canada. I am a wife, and like I said, I'm a registered nurse, and I'm a proud digital business owner. And we are just here to have a conversation with you, let you know what we do, why we chose to do what we're doing. Because despite being professionals, we still want something else to do. And like Penny said, that abroad life, before you get to the point of that honey and milk, oh my God, you're working
It's
2, 3, 4
exciting.
jobs. I've talked to so many
Yes.
people who are inquiring about the business, and they're telling me they're just tired. Like, that's the part of immigration that nobody tells you about. You know
Mm.
what to expect. It's all about, I'm going abroad and that's it. But, like,
Yeah.
really, when you get to it and it's like, I'm here now and this
Mhm.
is life, these are bills, life has to go on. it,
Yes.
it just becomes too much. It becomes too much. And that's why we are here, just to tell you that there's a way out. There's a way out from that basic grind, right? Like, there's possibilities of you breaking free and actually living that dream life that you came abroad for. So thank you,
Very
Penny.
true. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that beautiful introduction there, Yvonne. Immigrants, mothers who are like us, women, yeah. We've been in your shoes and we've been there. And like Yvonne has just said, till you realize that time it takes a toll, and before you get there, that's why we're here to impact somebody out there and tell them, because maybe they don't know that there's something like this exists, but when you hear it, share it with somebody, with a friend, with a sister, with just anybody, because you never know, it could be something that they're looking for. So we are here to tell you there's a way out of how you can balance that work and have life, except from just working. Because from me, how I know, it's only been a survival mode of just working, 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 working. And at the end of it all, if you ask somebody what have they invested in themselves, nothing. It's not bad that we came from greener pastures and we're working, but nevertheless, time is not waiting for any man. So we are getting older and older. That energy that you're having today, you won't have it in another like 2-3 years from now, and unlike us, maybe it's never too late. I always say the time is now for you, because when you see this is when you're supposed to react. Because I always tell myself, if I saw this opportunity maybe 10 years down the lane, I'd be somebody different from now. But nevertheless, it's not too late, because God's timing is the best. And I believe that time when I saw it was the right time for me. So even you don't feel like it's too late for you. Yeah, you can still pick it up from now and continue and build that life that you want. Because right now we've been building other people's legacies. When will you ever build yours? Because I'm saying we are getting old, and that energy that you're having, you won't have it in the next 2-3 years. You can feel it at each and every end of the year. That's the time you feel, oh my God. I know so many of us who've been actually in abroad and have never gone back to their native lands. Why? Because they can't afford it. How sad it is. You don't even know how your family is getting along back at home because you can't afford it. You live from paycheck to paycheck from day 1 January to day 31st of December 365 days in a year, just doing the same cycle, and it's not helping you in any way. So today we're here to tell you online space is working for everybody who is willing, and anyone who is having that urge of having something extra, having an extra income and having time for living the dreams that you have always had, you can still make them to reality. It's not too late, regardless of how old you are. I always say age is just a number. The good thing about a digital business is it's from people who are 18 years and above, 18 years and above, no limit towards the other age, like 100 or there's no limit. As long as you're an adult and you are registered as an adult, this business is for you. So that's how legal we are, and that's how open we are. So with no further ado, today we are going to talk about our whys, why we started this digital business, because it's always good to let you know why somebody has started something. Like myself, I've been in abroad for like 10 years before, and I had it all. I worked really hard. By then I didn't have a family. Till it got a time, I just felt like this life is just about paying bills and everything. By then I was still very, very young, I had the energy, but remember, I've told you 10 years. 10 years down the lane, it's not today and yesterday. Yeah, those are years. You're counting about years there.
Yeah.
So I got to a time when I couldn't bear anymore. I had backaches, I had a burnout. And I asked myself, I'm too young right now to start having problems right now. I haven't even started a family. I'm a family person and I would like to have children. So I said enough is enough, We always say that abroad, the mentality that people back at home have is like, when you go to abroad, money is just collected on the road or plucked from the trees, But nevertheless, experience is the best teacher. Even us, when we are back at home, that's the mentality that we had. Till you get there and get the shock of your life, like you really have to work hard for you to get ends meet. So I said enough is enough, and I relocated back home. But the problem now is, once you go back home after staying for such quite a long time in abroad, the mentality and everything changes. So when you go back home, you don't have the same system like the people who are back at home. So for me, fitting in back in the system and relocate, like resettling back again, was really difficult for me. Like I couldn't be employed anymore, so I was looking for businesses to do, which I did till COVID came. When COVID came, then things started becoming drastic, like crazy, and I couldn't handle anymore because things were just going down and down. And this time around, I was really blessed with one child, and like every parent's prayer, like you want to give the best for your children. So I just thought about it and said, anyway, I didn't do anything wrong back in Germany. So why am I struggling back here? And I still have an opportunity to go back in Germany. So when I expected with my second child is when I came back to Germany. restarting afresh again, because this time round I had packed everything and said I'm going home and never come here again. Like I just thought I'd be coming here for holidays and that's it. When I came here when I was expectant, things were not easy, because now I've come with two people extra other than when I left when I was alone. So this time round, I'm looking at it like I'm a single mom with two children, toddlers, but that time actually a baby. So where am I going to start? Lucky enough, when I was just scrolling on a social media platform, is when I just came a video. Sometimes you just think like social media platforms are just there for fun or engagement or trends, but they're there also to make other things or educate people or inform people on how they can make their ends meet. So I came across a video and I registered with the person, after seeing the video. I watched the 90 minutes webinar, like you keep on telling you about the 90 minutes webinar. When you register with us, we register with your valid name and email for you to have access to everything that you're talking about in our business. So that's how I registered. I registered them with my email address and my names, and I watched the 90 minutes webinar. So when I watched the 90 minutes webinar, it ticked all the boxes that I was looking for, like working around anywhere, at flexibility to work from anywhere. This time around, I was looking at it, flexibility to work around my children, because my biggest worry was like, if I had to go back to work, where will I start? Where will I take my children? Even if they're daycares and say like babysitters or anything, I wouldn't feel so comfortable leaving my baby to someone stranger, You're there at work, but you're not having any concentration. So I just had to jump in with my full me, I said, this is it. This is the end of everything that I've been looking for. And that's how I started my digital business. So people, don't get afraid. Information is knowledge. And that's why we're here to tell you how you can also do it as well. The good thing about our digital business is when you register with us, you watch the 90 minutes webinar, then you're asked to, or rather you're requested to pay $149 for you to have that due diligence to understand what our business is all about. That's what I did, and from there, you are given a one-to-one coach who is going to tell you how much or much more information about our digital business. So that's what I did, and up to then, I've never gone back, and I think I'll never go back because I've got the best of ever. I can never think of going back because this business has given me everything that I ever needed. That time and financial freedom, flexibility to work from anywhere, and the best of it all, it to work around my children. So if you're a parent out there, I am urging you to take this on us. So Yvonne, kindly tell us, why is your why as to why you started this digital business?
Wow, Penny, that's, oh my goodness. I don't even know. Like you've said it all, like there's no, like all I can say is there's no turning back, because as Penny, you said that this business has given you a lot. It has given me a lot too. And I'm very passionate about, because I know where I was before I started this business and I know where I am right now. And I'm a totally different person. And if somebody was to tell me to go back to where I was, I'll be like, no, because what I've learned in this business, what I've been able to build for the last 2 years and 4 months is something big, right? And it's something mine that I don't share with anybody. It's mine. It's my business, right? And that's very important. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble, because I know when I ramble, I won't stop. I'll go to my why and stick to the topic. Like I said, I'm passionate about this business and I can talk and talk. So my why. So I moved from Kenya to Canada for a better life. And I'm a registered nurse here. And I know many people ask me, you're a registered nurse, why are you running an online business? Nurses make a lot of money. We get paid well, but if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. So if I'm sick today and I can't go to work, I don't get paid. Or if whatever happens, like I'll go back to when I lost my dad, and I had a job that I had worked in that job for over 8 years. I lost my dad, and that's in Kenya. So that's like 16-hour flight, 19-hour flight. I asked for time off from this employer that I've worked overtime. I've picked up extra shifts. Sometimes they are stuck. They call me. I go out of my way to go to work. I asked for time off and I was told, no, you're entitled to 2 weeks in a year and that's all you get. Can you imagine the devastation I had? Like at that point, I'm like, what am I doing here? Like I thought I'm doing so much for this company. So when I have a problem, I expect them
For
to,
them to
you know,
stand for
like
you, to
just
cover
be
you
there
up.
for me. But I didn't get that.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, I was told you only
Mm-hmm.
have 2 weeks
Oh my
vacation, and
God.
that's all. If you want to take
Mm-hmm.
any other time, it's unpaid and whatever. And by that time, I was so devastated, and I was like, you know what? I just have to go home. So I had to quit that job because they didn't even give me a chance to get unpaid leave.
Oh
No, so
my.
I had to quit that job. I went back home. And then when I came back, I had to look for another job. And that was an eye opener for me because then I'm
Mm-hmm.
going home. I don't have any income. I don't have a job. Plus, I
Yeah.
have to deal with all this grief. So that was an eye opener. And I was like, you know what, Yvonne, I can't keep on doing this. Because if
Yeah.
something happens again, I get another job and something happens, I don't have the 2 weeks vacation, because we only get 2 weeks vacation in a year. So then I knew like this is not going to work for me. So I had to find something that would work for me. And that's when I saw an ad on Facebook and I looked into it. And what it offered me was amazing. I watched the webinar and it showed me that I could run this business while I still work as a nurse. And that was it for me. I was like, that's what I wanted, because I didn't want to get another 9 to 5. Then I'm tired, like in 2 jobs, right? So then that was my reason. So my biggest why was I just need to be free. I need to have the money and be able to have the time to do the things that matter to me the most, right? Because 8 years in a job is a lot. And then to come out with nothing, like, guys, that's and I know many people are in that position right now. So many people who are working like this job, they're in that position that if something happens or if you get injured, you're done. Like, that's it. So this business gave me that opportunity to be free, to be flexible. Right now, I went to Kenya for 2 months. I lost my niece in October. I went to Kenya October, November. No, end of October, November, and December. I was in Kenya. Came back end of December. I am home in January. I'm still home in February. I'm likely going to go back to work in March. So if I didn't have this business, guys, tell me, how would I even manage to do that? Remember, I quit a job because I couldn't get even just a month off, and now I'm able to take 4 months off. So, guys, you can see the potential of this business, and that was my why. I need freedom, I need flexibility, and I need to be financially free so that I'm able to do the things I love to do, right? And this business has given me that. It's not easy. It's not like you start the business and you make money tomorrow. It's not a get rich quick scheme, guys. It's not. You have to lay the foundation. Like anything, you lay the foundation and you build it, right? Because many people ask me, Yvonne, how soon do I expect to make money? If you open a traditional shop, you cannot predict how much money you're going to make or how soon you're going to make money. You might get so many traffic coming into your shop, but for the most part, they are window shopping. So if they're window shopping, they are there, but they're not buying. So you're not making money. So you're not going to tell me that you expect to open a shop today and make money. You open a shop today, you market it, you wait for people to see your shop, come in and see what's in the shop. They go back, they window shop, eventually they'll see what something they like and they buy, right? So that was my biggest why, to get the freedom. And the reason why I joined this particular business is because it's 100% online and I can work at my own time. I don't have to have a set schedule, like I have to work from 9 to 10 on the business. No. I ran this when I started and I was working full time. I was doing my business either at night or during my breaks at work. So when I have my half hour or 1 hour lunch break, I'm doing my business. I'm shooting my videos or I'm responding to messages, people who are making inquiries. I was doing all that. And by the time I get home, I'm done. Any break that I got, I did my business. I come home and I'm like, oh, I'm done. I don't have anything to do today. So it's doable, guys. If you're working full time, this business is doable. The other reason why this business worked for me as a busy registered nurse is because we have trainings, and our trainings are video based. So it's step by step. It's so easy to follow. I always say, if you can follow a recipe to make a cake, you can follow this, because it's a step by step system that shows you move from point A to point B, and it's 100% doable. So that was another plus, because I didn't want to waste my time, figuring out things. I'm not tech savvy. I had Facebook, and I was just, checking out what my friends are up to, posting a picture here and there, probably twice a year, which makes me not a social media person. I was super shy. I couldn't even string out a sentence on my first videos. but the training has enabled me to be able to come out of my shell. It has enabled me to, build that confidence and just bring myself out and be able to express myself in the right way. So that's the other reason why this business worked for me. And the other thing is it's also automated, right? So you really don't have to, go digging in and doing all these things that the back office does for us. So the automated system will do most of it. Actually does like 90% of the work. So the 10% that I put in is what I put in whatever time of the day. So my biggest why, guys, was, and I know many people share this why, we all want time freedom. We all want financial freedom. We all want to be home with our kids. Parents, those people who have young kids, you pay for daycare and then you go to work to make the same money to come and pay daycare. And then you end up with nothing. At that point, you're missing time with your kid. You're not there for their milestones, right? You're not there to see how they grow, whatever. You're just missing out on so much. And this child will be a child only once. If they take their first step and you missed it, it's never the same. If you miss their first word, it's not the same. So why can't we just, change our mindset to go into building something that will give us that freedom, that ability to be present for our loved ones, right? Because I remember a story, another lady was telling me that she went to daycare and she told me, and she was crying, my friend, and she was crying. And I was like, what's going on? She's telling me that she went to daycare and the daycare lady told her that her child said her first word when she was at work. She cried. She missed it. And she's like, Yvonne, look at what's happening to my life. And I really felt bad for her. But then she had to go to work. And we talked and I told her, you know what, try this business. And from that time, she's like, this is the best thing that has happened to her, because she missed the first word of her other child, but she's been present for the rest of the kids, right? So guys, I know it's scary. You can be skeptical, but if you know what you want in life and you go for it, you will get it. I know us growing up, especially as like, I'm from Kenya, and I know most African countries, we are trained to go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and stick with that job until you retire. And I'm sure our parents did the same thing. They did the same job until they retired. That's okay. But times have changed. We are now in diaspora. I understand in Africa, like it's not easy. In Kenya, especially, it's not even easy to jump from job to job. And it's mainly white collar jobs. But here in abroad, there's so many options out there. There's so many options. And we have the internet. Everything is moving into the online space. Remember, even during COVID, all the shopping we did online. And even if you never did online shopping before, during COVID, you did. So this is the same thing. And now everyone is doing shopping online. Why? Because that's where everybody is going. And you know what? Why would you want to be left out? You have your phone. That's all you need for this business. Your cell phone and Wi-Fi and your laptop. That's all you need to do. And you know what? I'm going to say this. When I was in Kenya for 2 months, I closed so many deals from this business from Kenya. So that tells you this business is legit. It's global. And, you don't have anything to lose. Just come sign up with your name and your email. There's Penny's website. There's my website there. Just sign up with your name and your email. Your email is safe. When you sign up with us, it's safe. So don't be afraid that, whatever. No, it's safe. So sign up. Just watch the free information webinar. It's free information. There's no obligation. There's no gimmicks. It's free. What is, you go on TikTok and you're watching all these videos, funny videos. You spend 2 hours. Ours is just a 90 minutes webinar. Watch the webinar, get the information, and if you think this is something that you want, then you can proceed. If you think it's not something you like, that's fine, because this business is not for everybody. It's for people who want change. It's for people who are ready, ready to put in the time and the effort, and eventually, I'm telling you, you will not regret. Thank you, Penny. I'm talking too much. Thank you.
Thank you, my sister. It's so well, because you are impacting someone's life out there. Talking is not prohibited, and that's why we are here. And oh God, that has really touched me with that your friend's daughter, that she missed a lot from a child. This is what I'm talking about, people. And that was my biggest fear. That was my greatest fear. And I thank God, because I found this digital business at the right time, because I needed it when it was like a really essential for me. So I thank God because of that. I started this digital business and I can never look back to that, because Yvonne has said it all. I've also had a lot of personal development. If you can watch our videos, like from the time that we started, we are not the same people we are right now. We are developing and growing each and every single day, and that's the beauty of the training that you are provided. So let me give you that a shout out to two people here who've liked our session. That is Malik Chibiri and Yvonne Gismala, and also our coach here in Germany, that is Asi Digital. Thank you so much, Coach Asi, for checking on us and telling us and empowering us and letting people know that we are a community. And this is how the good thing about this kind of digital business, you're not alone in your business. It's your own business, but you're never alone. That's the other good thing about it. We have a community. Look, Yvonne, I didn't know there's somebody like Yvonne. We met in this digital business. Why? Because we have the same, I always say the same things attract the same things. If you have positive vibe, you'll attract positive vibe. If you have negative, you'll also get the negative side of it. So look around your circle. Who are you involved with? Is it someone who is helping you? Or is it somebody who, especially in abroad, many people are getting lost because of peers. Yeah, as much as we tend to see that we are old enough to decide on our own, but we are getting lost because of peers.
Yeah.
Because you never find a friend who will tell you something constructive. They'll always tell you, let's go hang around, let's go party, let's go. When is nyama choma eating, when is drinking, that kind of stuff. But somebody to impact you and tell you, start something that you can invest in yourself right now, because time is not waiting for no man. I keep on saying that again and again. And time wasted is never recovered. People, let's not waste our time in abroad to go back to our old ages when we can't do anything and still have the same cycle. It would be really bad, because I know how hard it is. And that's why we are here to tell you, you can get another way of getting another stream of income from the comfort of your home, just having a smart gadget, and you're good to go. You don't have to have any requirements, because many people are afraid of that. Most of us started from zero. Most of us. And the good thing about our digital business, regardless of whether you have a PhD, you have a master's, you have a diploma, whatever profession you are in our business, it doesn't matter. We are all raised at the same, because we have to follow that training step by step, and it's video based. So anybody with just basic English can do this. So my people, I think you've had it, and we've given you those nuggets on how you can start a digital business. Yvonne, maybe you just give a wide up a word or a sentence, then we wind it up for now.
Okay, thank you, Penny. So guys, like we said, this business, you don't need any experience. You come as you are, and we'll train you, and you'll have a coach and a mentor. So we'll hold your hand and guide you every step of the way. So don't be scared. I know you can be skeptical. We were skeptical too. But, if you nothing ventured, nothing gained. You have to get out of your comfort zone and just look at it to see, because you know what? Information is power. And again, you like and share this video, because you might not need it now, but somebody else needs it. And somebody else's life may be impacted by it. So guys, don't be skeptical. Don't let your fears hold you back from your breakthrough. I always say, to me, this business is a prayer answered for me. So if you've been praying to God for a sign, or you've been praying for, sorry, someone's calling me about the business here, and you've been praying to God to, open ways for you, this could be your answered prayer. You might be blocking your blessings. So just come check it out. If you don't want it, or it's not something that resonates with you, then that's absolutely okay. There's no problem with that. We'll just tell you what the business is all about, and then now you can make your own decision. So thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne, for those nuggets. Most of the people actually are also afraid if they're physical products to sell. No, we don't sell any physical products. No shipping, no logistics, no inventory, no chasing friends and family. All you just need to do is come out here like we are doing. Even if you're not a person who would like to show up your face, we have also faceless marketing, and you can do this from the comfort of anywhere. So with that well said, we wish you a blessed night, a nice day, a nice afternoon, a nice morning. Till next time, may God bless you and have a good one.
And I
then.
think we'll be
Bye-bye.
coming here every Thursday now. So you guys just, we'll be
Yes.
here every Thursday from now on.
Exactly.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye for now.